Welcome to our new home. Remember what it looked like before we fixed it up?
It was extremely horrible.
So ugly. So what do we do?
What did we not do, I guess is the question. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm looking around the room. Is there any wall we didn't touch? Nope.
Every surface of this house has been touched.
That sounds so dirty. And it was dirty. It was such a mess in here. Okay, so to recap, we bought this house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It is a weird floor plan. And in real estate, weird is a 4-letter word. Let's start off with the moneymaker, the kitchen. Do you remember what it used to look like? Well, now it's so much better.
Yeah, the original kitchen had a big, ugly soffit. I think the roof was like 5 feet tall. So if you were extremely short, you could walk in there and use the kitchen. Otherwise, it was pretty unusable. And I'm being sarcastic, but it was under 8 feet tall.
I could lift my arms straight up and touch the ceiling, and I am not a tall person.
Yes, Mindy's not tall. So the first thing we did is we took away that soffit, raised the ceiling to a decent height, and then completely gutted and redid the kitchen.
A decent height. It's like 18 feet. What we did was we removed the soffit and we made the ceiling match all the rest of the ceilings in the house. We also broke down a wall that was taking the kitchen from, what was it, like 6 by 6? And now we've expanded it and it's much more spacious.
Yeah, it's much better. We did IKEA cabinets. We used them for countertops as well, which worked out really well. We think the cabinets and countertops were about $7,000. We did get new appliances too, so the kitchen was about $10,000 overall.
$10,000 as opposed to $50,000 if we hired it out. So DIY for the win there.
Yep. The next thing we did was the master bath. It was a little bit ugly, so we put a new shower in there. We also replaced the toilet with a high water efficiency toilet, and then we put a new vanity in there. We also redid the tile on both the shower stall and the floor.
It wasn't a little ugly. It was awful. The walls are this weird combination of stucco and plaster, and when you walk past them, you scrape up your knuckles and you start bleeding all over the place. It's really, really rough. So we have smoothed those out in many sections. We have, like Carl said, new floors, new tile on the walls, a new toilet, a new vanity, new mirrors, new cabinet. It's way better.
I'm trying to think how much that cost us. The vanity was like $800. All the tile was probably like another $1,000. The shower was $800. What are we up to there? $2,600. The toilet $150. So probably around $3,000 in total for the master bath remodel.
As opposed to $20,000 if we hired it out. DIY for the win again.
Yeah. The next thing we did was all the flooring. There is not an inch of flooring that we have not touched. Most of the house was a white oak in poor shape, but the bedrooms had a combination of ugly old dirty carpet or even pergo. So we refinished the white oak floors and we put in oak floors in all the other rooms and finished that with Rubio monocoat. It was a big job. If you're familiar with refinishing a floor, this was probably the most difficult kind of floor to refinish. It was a lot of fun.
The floor had not been refinished since the home was built in the late 70s. So the original, probably honey oak color that they had stained it had turned very, very yellow. It was unattractive.
Yeah, that was probably around $5,000. I did pay someone to help, and the Rubio monocoat finish is not cheap. Plus, we had to buy flooring for those bedrooms. Next up, it's Mindy's favorite part of the house. I remember you didn't want to change this, but I insisted we do it. This house had sliding, like exterior patio doors for the bedrooms, like 6-foot, 2 6-foot doors and 1 8-foot door, and that's how you went into and out of the bedrooms. It's a pretty weird choice to have glass doors for a bedroom. So we took those out and put in conventional doors.
Now, look at this. You can't even tell that we did anything here. just by walking in. You would assume that normally there would be drywall walls and doors. I'm looking over at where these doors are. And it's just so stupid that somebody would have put glass doors in the interior of a house. But now it's fixed and now it looks normal-ish. And I say normal-ish because this house has a weird layout. It is all open concept, which is awesome, but then it has 3 bedrooms and a bathroom ringing the outside of the living room. There's no hallway separating the living space from the bedrooms. So that itself is a little bit strange. Literally, the bedrooms open to the living room. The kitchen is 1 step up from the living room. I don't know why there's 1 step. It could have all been 1 level. It's just strange.
And that's a good segue. I think I know why they did the glass doors, and it's because the house is naturally dark. We don't have a lot of windows that actually face the outside in the main parts of the house. So unless you're in a bedroom or bathroom, you can't really see the outside. So it's dark in here. I think they did those sliding doors to let more light in. And I'll take a second to mention that this is only part 1 of this house. We have bigger designs for it. And if you're a good carpenter, hit us up because we could probably use your help in a year or 2. But this house is going to look a little bit different by the time we're done with it. We're actually going to pop part of the top and put a loft area and do some things that will actually bring light into it. I call this house the Frank Lloyd Wrong house because I don't know why you would. And this house is on a golf course, so it has beautiful views, but this was the wrong house to probably build anywhere, but especially on a yard with beautiful views. I don't know why they would do it.
Yeah, this house has beautiful views, but you can't see any of it from the inside. It's so stupid.
It's great if you get on the roof. You can have awesome views. All you got to do is risk your life, risk your neck, and get on the roof, and it's great then. But, yeah, otherwise it sucks.
Okay, that same person that helped us with the flooring is also a carpenter, and he built us these beautiful bookshelves.
Yeah, this was my idea. I wanted some separation because the house is like one big open room, and I wanted to give a little bit of separation between the dining room and the entryway where these shelves are now.
And finally, we will eventually move into this house. It isn't a good fit for our family as it currently stands, but we have 2 daughters who will be going to college in the next 5 years. So once the baby birds fly the nest, we will move in here. But until then, we needed to do something with it. So we furnished it, and now it's a medium-term rental. Carl, how'd we furnish it?
Well, we bought the house and we knew we thought it would take us 6 months to finish it. It actually took.
Why do we even bother putting timelines on anymore? It's like we've never made a goal ever, and we've never hit the timeline ever. So why do we keep making these stupid timelines? Oh, 6 months. No.
Oh, that's so good for the next one we do for the next part of this house. We'll just say, we think it'll take us 20 years to finish. And then it'll really only take us like a year, but probably a year and a half because things will go wrong. But we'll look great. We'll do it in 10% of our estimate or 5%. It'll be awesome. Where were we now? I'm all distracted.
Oh, sorry. We were talking about furnishing the house.
Yes, so we knew we had a lot of time to furnish it, and we're pretty cheap. We knew what style the house would look like, so we put alerts on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and just waited for the right items of furniture to come up. And when they did, we pounced on them and got them, and we collected this stuff. Almost everything is used. I think we got 1 new mattress, maybe 2 new mattresses. In a bookshelf, there's 2 bookshelves I'm looking at here that we bought new, but everything else was used at a pretty good discount.
The dining room table was also new.
Oh, yeah. And this is a furnished rental. We rent this by the month. If you're looking for a nice furnished rental in Longmont, we'll put a link at the end of this video. What else? We need to talk about the outside, my favorite part.
Okay, so this is going to be a furnished rental, and we all know that tenants don't want to take care of the yard. They don't want to take care of the grass, and frankly, the grass looked pretty crappy anyway, so we got rid of it. We xeriscaped the entire yard with something like 20 billion pounds of rocks or something like that.
I think it was 60 tons of rocks.
Potato, potato.
Yeah, it's a lot, but that means we don't have to do anything. We're going to add a little bit more landscaping because it looks a little bit barren and boring. So we'll add some more plants, but we're going to use water-friendly plants. So we only have to come here like once every month. And this is for our future too. When we grow older, and once those baby birds have went to college or university, as the Europeans say, right? That's what they say.
We're not European.
But we might have some European listeners. Shout out France!
They understand what college is.
We are big in Scotland, I think. We probably have at least one viewer. That's happened
Hi
one
there.
time. Anyway, yeah, we might not be here full time. We might hit the road for a month, go on a road trip, go to Scotland. What we wanted to do was remodel the house in a way that we don't have to be here. So putting rocks everywhere, the rocks don't need any maintenance. They've probably been around for 1 billion years, and they'll be around for 1 billion years after we croak. So we can go away for long periods of time and not have to worry about those rocks.
And finally, the pièce de résistance.
Ooh, we had this awful backyard which had a severe slope to it. And this is one of the reasons for the scope creep. I decided I wanted to build a retaining wall to level out the backyard. So I think it was 213 blocks that I moved back there, and probably 5 tons of rocks to backfill this sucker. And I like to talk about the retaining wall a lot, right?
All the time.
Sometimes. So again, this house backs up to the golf course. So sometimes when there's not golfers, I'll just go out there on the golf course and gaze at the retaining wall with a Diet Mountain Dew and just look at it, or water.
I don't join him.
Wait, you've never done that?
Not once.
I was thinking we could have a romantic date at sunset tonight. We could bring a picnic basket with a blanket. Blanket, that's the word I'm looking for. It's a hard word. Man, I'm tired. We could bring a blanket out there, sit on the golf course, maybe 50 feet beyond our retaining wall, and have a nice drink, have dinner, and just look at our retaining wall.
Anyway, thank you for watching our video recap of our ugly house turned into a beautiful swan of a house. If you'd like to stay here, you can make a reservation right here.
Oh, wait, Braveheart, though. Oh, such a good movie. I love that. Yeah. I should paint my face like half blue like Mel Gibson in that movie. I'll do that for the next video. You have no idea you've never seen that movie, right?
No.
It's like one of the greatest films of all time. See, I called it a film and not even a movie, so you know it's good.
You actually called it both.
Well, yeah, I did movie and then film. That's what pretentious people call movies. They call them films.
Why are you mansplaining this to me?
I'm film splaining.
So done with you? Goodbye.
I don't blame you.
Nobody watching this video blames me.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Freedom!